The greatest miracle of all is this. As you know, the first 5 years of anybody's life is a time when they imbibe and are infused with all the values of the world around them. And Christalla was born slap bang in the middle of the swinging 60s. It was an age of rebellion, an age of consumerism, and an age of insecurity and change. And so the miracle is this, that here's Christalla clothed in her right mind, if it's in the opportunity.
Don't go there.
And a worshipper whom God describes at the end of the Old Testament in Malachi as one of his jewels. It was an age of rebellion in 1964, 1963 in Bonfront, down there. It was rebellion against the strictures of the discipline, of the togetherness, of the care for others, and the sense of duty that was forged in this nation by the Second World War. In 1964 and the swinging 60s, inhibitions went down and skirt hemlines went up. It was the age of the mini skirt, the age of the mini car. It was the age of swimming hits of Marilyn Monroe and Elvis and the hula hoop craze when Minnie Jordan, aged 10, drinking milk, broke the world record by keeping the hula hoop swiveling around her hips for some 3 hours. It was the age of rebellion amongst teenagers. And hanging out, the term was coined, and hanging out is what teenagers did in those days, listening to the jukebox and sucking soda through a straw. Adolescents were a breed set apart with their own heroes and £3 a week spending money on clothes and nickels and going out and refusing to tell their parents where they were going. It was the age of rebellion, of protest marches like Aldermaston, CND, protesting like Bob Dylan were ominously warning the adult world that the times they are changing. Teddy boys reappeared, fighting in the streets, hippies and Jesus freaks, and Prime Minister Harold Macmillan's famous Wind of Change speech on the 4th of February 1960, which kicked off this decade of change and rebellion. It was also an age of consumerism, self-serving supermarkets with eye-catching displays, door-to-door salesmen throwing dirt on your hall carpet when you open the door, and cleaning up the smart new vacuum. It was the age of stereo records and speakers. The bubble car appeared, and Harold Macmillan again was telling us we'd never had it so good. The swinging 60s were a time when biblical principles were cast aside, with legislation such as the Suicide Act in 1961 attacking the sanctity of human life at its end, the Abortion Act in 1967 attacking the sanctity of human life at its outset, and the Divorce Reform Act of 1969 attacking the sanctity of Christian marriage. And the sad thing is that these three things have been attacked for the last 60 years and are still continuing. The 10 Commandments have become just 10 suggestions. So 1960s, not only a time of rebellion, a time of consumerism, but also a time of insecurity with wars all over the place. We were in the middle then of the Cold War, with Khrushchev and Castro in Cuba, leading us yet again to the precipice of annihilation. Yeah. The 28-mile Berlin Wall went up in August 1961. Then Nelson Mandela was sentenced to life imprisonment in South Africa in 1964. John F. Kennedy was assassinated in 1963. So was Martin Luther King, assassinated in 1968. And the great train robbery took place when Christalla was on the way, not yet, emerging in 1963. And thalidomide was maybe prescribed. And so, I want to warn you, ladies and gentlemen, that with a start like that in life, the first 5 years of the swinging 60s, we are standing in the presence of a miracle. To become a Christian, having started off in an age devoid of the Holy Spirit, is a miracle in itself. To still be clothed in your right mind, the epitome of maturity, and exhibiting the mind of Christ, is indeed a miracle. And this is the miracle we celebrate today. And there's only one word we can say for that, and that's hallelujah.
Repeat. They that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up on wings like eagles. They shall walk and not grow weary. They shall walk and not faint. Teach me, Lord, teach me, Lord, to live. Oh, yes, to
No, I think I'm not actually. No.
You look like you are.
All I can say is happy birthday to my beautiful wife. Happy birthday.
I missed that. Replay, I feel like I'm back at work. Anyone else want to say anything?
Anna.
Will everyone exchange reviews?